Alright there people, today we're training chest and shoulders. Get ready. Spoon loving motherfuckers, we have got flat dumbbell bench. We're going to keep the same weight, but we're going to look to beat the repetitions of last week. We're going to superset that with dumbbell curls. Then we've got the incline barbell. We're going to have an increase in load on that, supersetting with hammer curls. Then we've got the cuffed mids, and we're just going to progress repetitions hopefully. And then we've got the seated press and the upright row for shoulders. We're doing 9 sets for chest and we're doing 6 for shoulders, 6 maybe pushing it to 8 on biceps. In between, we're also going to be talking about nutrition, and we're going to specifically talk about the big 2, calories and macros. Oh, it's going to be a big day. Oh, that's good. So we equipment malfunction there. So I've increased reps on that exercise, on both exercises. Wait. So we've increased reps. That's awesome. That's what I'm looking for. Next week I can increase the load. Woo. Well, that's fantastic. The pin that holds the bench in place has sheared off. See if you can see that. Brilliant, sheared off. So I've got no way of adjusting my bench now. Shit. I'm gonna have to get engineering on this. We've managed to bodge. It's not completely safe. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of industrial engineering to make it kosher, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, calories. Calories are ultimately units of energy. If you consume more calories than what you burn, you gain weight. If you consume the same amount of calories as what you need, that's called your maintenance, you do not gain weight, you do not lose weight. And if you want to lose weight and in turn body fat, you need to eat less calories than what you are burning. Now, there's lots of ways that your body burns calories. We're going to go over that after I've done incline bench. Fuck off. was a very good set. I've increased the weight and I'm doing pretty well with the rep schemes on that. Kicking my arse a little bit, the supersets with the hammer. But let's talk about calories. Our body, our body burns calories. Now the total amount of calories that we burn in a day is our total daily energy expenditure. Now the energy that we burn is broken down into 4 main portions. We're going to talk about each one individually. The biggest way that our body burns calories is our base metabolic rate. That is how many calories you burn just by sitting on your arse, surviving, breathing, our normal bodily functions. That is the biggest proportion of how we burn calories, and we can increase or decrease how our body burns calories by training, by lifestyle, by stress, just by being generally healthier. We'll talk about the others later. Good set, increased reps this week, amazing, like that. I get a really nice squeeze in the chest. I use the cuffs because I get a better mind muscle connection, takes the pressure off my wrist, and because I'm focusing on pushing my elbows in, that's the focus of the pec. It's attached to the forearm, to the humerus, so the upper arm. So if you can drive your elbows in, you're gonna get a better contraction. Now, we spoke about base metabolic rate. Now let's talk about NEAT. NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's ultimately anything that you're doing that's an activity that you're moving about, but it's not exercise. So that can be things like walking to work, doing the shopping, doing the gardening. This is the second highest proportion of calories burnt throughout the day. So if you're sat on your arse at work, at a desk, your NEAT's going to be low. If you drive everywhere, your NEAT is going to be low. Now, because it's the second highest way that your body burns calories, you've got to keep your NEAT high. You've got to get your steps high. You've got to walk to work. You've got to do the gardening. Don't get people to do it for you. Walk to the shops, don't drive to the shops. Take the stairs, don't take the lift. Then fat loss is made simple. Woo-wee! Fucking right, overhead shoulder press is by far the most systemically taxing shoulder exercise you can do. It's fucking gruesome, but one of the best. Now, we spoke about base metabolic rate, we spoke about non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and now let's talk about exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, this is the third highest way or best way of burning calories. This might come as a surprise because some people, most people, think that they can out-train a bad diet, when actually exercise doesn't burn that many calories in the grand scheme of things. You know, a hard hit session might only help you burn 500 calories at most, which when you look at your base metabolic rate, that could be up at 2,000 calories. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, that could be burning 1,000 calories. You know, so exercise is relatively a small proportion. Now, we should be using exercise to supplement calorie deficit and to create muscle tissue. Because the more muscle tissue we have, the higher our base metabolic rate will be and the better we'll look. Okay, so alright, barbell rows. It's one of the exercises that I use to target the lateral portion of my shoulders. This is one of them, and in my second shoulder workout I use butterflies. I'll be recording that next week. Brutal workout, you've got to control it, and it's all about getting them elbows up. By raising the elbows, you are using the outer portion of the shoulders. Sucks. It also gets a really nice trap pump as well. But we spoke about base metabolic rate, we spoke about non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and we spoke about exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, the last is the thermic effect of food. This is the smallest proportion of how your body burns calories. So, not all calories, not all macros are equal. It is far easier to metabolize carbohydrates and fats. So if you have a higher protein diet, you are going to use more energy digesting that protein. So for instance, if you have 100 calories from carbs or 100 calories from protein, your body will consume far more of the carbohydrates than the protein, because it takes more energy to digest protein. So higher protein diets, you will consume slightly less of those calories. So yeah, BMR, NEAT, EAT and TEF, they are all the components of how your body burns calories throughout the day. Thank you very much for watching. We are going to cover a different topic every single vlog, but I have done flat bench supersetted with dumbbell curls, I have done barbell supersetted with hammer, I've done cuffed mid flies, seated press and upright rows. Oh my god, and only! Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think to my vlogs. I'm really new to it and I'm always up for it. Hints, tips and shit like that. See you in a bit.